Good morning. It's a little after 7, and I just woke up from a bad dream. And I thought, you know what? I need to share this dream with you, my constituents. In the dream, I was in Richmond, and people were telling me how they'd just been fired because they were gay and lesbian and trans, different people called. And as I was reeling thinking about that, I suddenly was talking to their employers who blithely told me, "Yeah, we don't hire gay people." Everyone just sort of nodded like it was normal. And then in the dream, I was at a restaurant, a diner, and the waitress was starting to cry. She sat down at the table with us. There were a group of us, and told us that she couldn't afford her daughter's health care. And so she could only eat at the diner. She couldn't afford to eat a single meal outside the diner because she had to pay for her daughter's health care. Price was going up, and she made minimum wage, and she just couldn't make ends meet. And it hit me. The Virginia Senate had flipped, but we ended up again with 49 seats in the House. Election day had passed. It was the day after, and we had not won. And in the dream, I flipped out. I screamed out. I said, "People are going to die." As images flashed in my brain of people being gunned down in yet another mass murder by yet another crazy person with an AK-47. And I, in the dream, I took the glass in my restaurant I was in and I slammed it to the floor. The glass broke into a million pieces. I don't think I've ever done that before, but this is my dream. And immediately I was embarrassed. I was ashamed. I said, I'll pick up the glass. And I went to pick up the tiny shards of glass. And the people in the restaurant said, "No, Mark, it's okay. We'll pick up the glass." I'm like, "No, no, it's okay." And we all picked up the glass together as our fingers started to bleed. And I started to cry. And I said, "I'm sorry. Not for the glass. I was sorry that we had failed Virginia and that all these people were going to suffer." And I woke up. And I decided early in the morning, I need to share that dream with you. First of all, I want to thank you. Most of you have worked really hard with me to make sure that bad dream does not come to pass. Obviously, it's on my mind. I just woke up with it, but I know many of you have worked very, very hard. You have joined groups like Democrats to Go with the wonderful Dorothea Peters and all the others, John Nuncio, that have worked so hard to canvass, to help people like my friends Wendy Goditis and Hala Ayala, and to elect good people like Dan Helmer and Josh Cole up here in Northern Virginia, and Mavis Tainer. Long shot, but God knows she could do it. And Many of you have sent money, and I appreciate it. And I forwarded your money to the House Democratic Caucus, um, and I've given a lot of it to individual candidates. I've given more than I've ever given before. You know, I don't have many campaign signs. If you see mine at the polls, some of them are going to be kind of ratty and old. I'll tell you what they are. They're reused from past years. They've been out in the rain, and I'm using the same old signs from 2015 with a sticker on it to put the new date on it. Didn't buy any new signs. I didn't send out any mailers. You won't get this beautiful glossy thing saying vote for me. Um, I haven't sent out a single campaign mailer since 2015. Not a one. Not a one. I just do my annual letter each year, my long, non-glossy 14-page letter. That's really not even a political letter. It's a constituent service letter. It just tells you what I've done. The point is, I haven't hired campaign staff like a lot of my colleagues. I'm just using Jake. He's working really hard. My year-round staff, I pay him for campaigns a little bit, but I've been forwarding the money to the campaigns. This video's gone on long enough. My point is this, and I think you know it. I don't want to wake up with that bad dream. Clearly, I will be very upset if we don't take over. I know Trump will be happy, and he'll be crowing about it. Thank you to those of you who've helped. And yeah, if you can help a little more, if you can go out, if you have the time and you can go out canvassing with Dorothea, Democrats to go, please do that. I'm going to leave some information at the bottom about where you can canvass with her. That's if you have the time and if you have the money, particularly those of you who haven't given me anything. You know who you are. If you have some money to contribute, $5, 15, 25, 100, and if you could afford it, please, 500, 1,000, $5,000. There are people out there who have $5,000 you can give. Every penny you give, I will forward to the House Democratic Caucus or to individual very competitive Democratic races. I don't want my dream to turn out to be reality, and I know you don't either. So I'm begging you. This is just me. It's now 7:15 in the morning. I'm begging you. If you can afford to give a little bit more, just click that link, and let's not make that bad dream a reality.